Please welcome Matt Lee. He joins us once again. We're talking about all things real estate, and April numbers are out.
Yeah.
And some arrows pointing up, some arrows pointing down.
It's kind of continuing. It's just, so if we're looking at the market the way we've talked about in the past, we've talked about listings, kind of less listings and more sales. And it's kind of continuing. We're seeing less expireds, and we'll talk about those numbers as well, because over year, we're looking at this saying, well, how is there so many listings on the market? And so many sales. Like listings are shrinking, sales are growing. It's almost like there should be nothing on the market, but it's actually because less expireds as well. So we're seeing that as well.
That's a factor as well.
Yep.
Well, we'll run through some numbers here. First arrow, I believe, is pointing up.
Yeah, so a total number of sales for the month is up 11%.
This is for Kingston?
This is for Kingston board, actually. So it is, total number of sales is 514, up from 438 last year. Total number of listings is down 21%. We're down 200 listings for the month of April for 2017 from April 2016. So these are just total numbers listed. And we run into that. So total number of listings year to date is down as well. We're seeing 21%. And we're actually seeing a number that I thought was pretty interesting. So if you actually look at the total number of sales for 2016 for dollar amount, it was 145 million up to this point. This year, if you look at 2017 year to date, it's 229 million. So we've jumped $84 million in sales. And we're jumping approximately 200 units, 200 homes all the way around. Whether it's condos or homes, that's what we're seeing.
How would you describe that, as a seller's market?
Yeah, I would think that you're seeing more of a seller's market because supply and demand. We're seeing less listings coming on the market. You are seeing more sales, less expiring. So I mean, if there's less expiring, that means that people are grasping at other things that maybe were sitting on the market a little bit longer. So we're seeing a good, healthy market, I think, right now. I don't see the prices going up. If you break that 229 million down, it still looks at approximately $310,000 average. So we're not jumping these huge numbers, but I think it's good to know where we're sitting.
Okay, some other numbers you want to toss out?
Well, I think that what we're looking at is March and April, we've seen less listings. I feel that March was really cold. I feel that April was rainy. We've seen this. We've come through these cold months. I think that there's going to be a higher supply. Personally, I think maybe we're still seeing new listings coming on in May. May is a big month, and I think that it's going to continue into June. We usually see things kind of over a 3-year average have dropped off in June, and I don't think it's personally going to happen this year. I think we're going to continue along.
Okay, and of course, more properties in demand once these new businesses are coming to Kingston in the next year or so.
Yeah, so we're going to see out in the West End. I think you would want to talk to the business, the developers, and see what their plan is for projections of new builds out in that area, and just see how that's going to affect their business and how we look at the resales out in that area. Because if we're bringing 300-400 people into new jobs, or even more, depending on the amount of businesses, we're going to see more people coming to Kingston for those jobs, and we're going to see more sales out, especially close to those businesses.
Yeah. What about the East End?
East End
Stable?
Military is actually doing their move right now, so the relocation is happening. Okay. We're right in the middle of it, really. So you'll see a lot of for sale signs over in the East End.
This is the time of year where the military CFB is moving in and out.
That's right.
Okay.
And we're seeing new builds happening between Highway 15 and Rideau as well. So we're seeing a lot more development there. And that's just going to continue. I think that they'll just keep growing and go from there. I can see why they're pushing for the bridge. It's one of these, it's a continuous gridlock, but yeah, just have to continue along that path.
So we're doing pretty good. Of course, we're nowhere near what Toronto and Vancouver and Montreal are dealing with.
No, we're looking at a very steady market. I mean, we are in a bit of a seller's market here, but it's not something where there's nothing out there. I mean, what you're seeing in the Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, a house comes on the market and you're getting a huge amount of multiple offers because the supply is not there at all.
Okay. So. All right. You have any questions, anything that you need to know further? Matt Lee is the man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're doing pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
Real Real Estate Tips, brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.